I don't know. I may just let this go. I'm real happy with this color. I think it come out just really, really good. So it is, it's not touching, but it is just a smidge towards this side of the scale. I mean, it's so tight in there that you really don't have a lot of space to work with. But if it's touching on this side, then your blade, if you open it and flex the whole knife like this, that up, this way, thumb in the center, flexing it this way, then you move your scales just infinitesimally a little bit, and it causes it to tweak. And when it closes back, it moves your blade. So let me play with it a little bit more, because I don't really want to sit here eating up a bunch of time on this, and it's already at 24 minutes on this iteration. So it's going to be a super long video, so I think I may do it in sections. So anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it, and what I ended up having to do was tightening it up, and I actually moved it from this side over to this side. And so I loosened this up a little bit to where it wasn't really tight, and then I started this one and barely started to loosen it until it moved just a little bit back over towards this side, and I seen daylight on this side. And then when it looked good, I tightened it back up, and I tightened this up. It did move back that away slightly, but I can still see I got a little more of a gap on the right side now instead of the left side. But it's centered. It's not touching anywhere in there. You got to understand, this blade is almost as wide as the gap that's in here, so you don't have very much to play with. So I've got everything back together, and now I need to really just let it set and let the Loctite set up inside the knife. But I'm really pleased with it. It opens good. It's a dark. It is a super dark brown, almost black. Not quite black, but almost black. So I ended up with it being blacked out, as far as I'm concerned. The hardware is blacked out. The blade, of course, is DLC coated. Everything's looking good. So let's put the pocket clip back on. And yes, I could go ahead and put some Loctite on this pocket clip screws also. The Para 2 had a little bit of loosey-goosey. I think it was during the 10,000. And so I tightened them back up, and then no more issues after that. I didn't put any Loctite on them, but I'm going to go ahead and put some on this knife. I don't think I'm going to rely on Loctite near. Ooh, that's close. Ooh. Oh, and I ended up getting some on there anyway. So anyway, that's about as best I can do. It's not much Loctite. It's just a smidge, but that's fine. I don't really think I need Loctite on my pocket clip screws. I don't know if that, I don't think that's the right size. It is not. This is the right one. I think that's a 5 or something. Okay. So there we go. I believe this is a resounding success, even though I messed the world up. So, well, it primarily brown, and my floor is brown, so I'm not too upset about that one. My little knife here, I ended up getting still some black dye up inside of it. It was swimming in the stuff. So there you have it. And that's what it looks like. And I'm going to let it just set up. And I think it is going to be perfectly good. I want to let it I want to let all of the Loctite set up in the screws, because I had to set the tension on the blade. And so setting the tension on the blade is basically, in my case, is take the pivot screws and close them down until you feel them stop, and then barely cinch on both sides. And then on the blade stop, these two screws right here that are holding the blade stop in place, take those, tighten them down, and then loosen them back a little bit here, a quarter turn here on each side, until it moves pretty free. And then these right here, you can back them off a smidge. But it drops, see? That's where you want to get it. You don't want to test as far as flicking it out and it feels good or whatever. You want to take and get that thing out and push your lock in. And if your blade falls like that and it's just, swinging like that, then you did good. And so that's where we need to leave it. Let it dry. Let the scales finish drying. And we're good to go. I'm very pleased with it. I wasn't super upset with the pink that it was to begin with, but I like that. I like that color. It's basically about black. So here it is. Where's it at? Here we go. So this is the Yojumbo. I don't know. You can see a difference. You can see this is black, and this right here is slightly different. So you can tell that this is brown, but it's almost like a canvas brown. And so I think that's a great color. You can't tell the difference that well. When nothing's there, it looks basically black. When you put something black next to it, then you can tell that it is a super dark brown, and it's almost like a canvas brown. So if this is any indication, if you can kind of see that's the color. Just it's dark into the scale. It's kind of it's got some brown hues, some reddish tints, which blends in with the pink, and so it ends up perfect. So we'll let this set up. It'll be good to go. Tomorrow these screws will be Loctited in place. So as bad as I hate to set this thing down, because I really want to get my hands on it and go to flicking it, I'm going to let it set till tomorrow, and it's going to be perfect. Let's get it set in the EDC tray, which was not setting over here when everything blew up, by the way. So that's what I've got. This is so long. I've done several parts into it, and usually these handle dies end up like that because you end up doing a disassembly video as well as a dyeing video, which usually the dye part is not a huge time-consuming thing, given the recipe that you use to create the dye that you use to get the color is one thing. Then you got a reassembly, so you're doing a reassembly video, and then you're doing a I don't know what you want to call it, a tweak or refining video, because you're adjusting the blade, getting it centered, and adjusting the drop of the blade and how the blade actually, responds. And you don't want movement. You don't want movement. So you're tightening the blade up so you don't get the movement. So the blade is back where it was before. Before during the review when this was pink. So I'm pleased with the results. I think it come out really good. If you got any questions or comments, please put them below. If you want to know anything about this tray or the buttons for the compression locks, put your questions down below. Let me know. These will at some point be available to buy the actual buttons on the store if you are in a hurry to be able to do that, or print your own. Right now the STL files are available on the store for $2 or $3 and you can print your own. I think whenever I do start selling the buttons, I will take the STL files and disable those downloads, and or potentially make those available to people that are, for free download for people who are members of the channel, subscribe to the channel as a member, not just as a subscriber. So I think that'll be one of the quirks or something that I allow for a member of the channel as well. Free downloads of the STL files. So anyway, questions or comments, put them below. This has been a long video. I'm tired and I'm ready to either start another video or take a break. I appreciate you guys. I enjoy spending time with you. I enjoy filming these things so that you can see what's going on. I hope I filmed them in such a way that you can get something from it and potentially do these things to your knives as well. I thank you. And I will see you. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Your time is very important to me, and I thank you for spending it here with me. Thanks, and God bless.